Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. I am metabolizing. I am enjoying the end result of metabolizing, continued life, and that is a good thing. Hopefully, you are enjoying the end results of continuing metabolizing as well. That is a good thing. Yay! Really quick, yesterday it rained on and off here in Shelton, Washington, and I went for walkies, and it was good. It was late walkies, of course. I got back, it was around 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so it was good, and I got exercise in, and I enjoyed the walk, and I need the exercise. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Oy vey, though. Last night, I just had a caffeine issue. I can take too much caffeine. I have done it in the past. I take anywhere from 400 to milligrams of caffeine to over a gram of caffeine every single day, which is a lot more than you're supposed to take. And I'm pretty much okay for that. But I have taken too much, and my pulse goes up to around 120, and my resting pulse is anywhere between 45 to 55. So when it goes up like that, ugh. So I didn't take one last night, almost did, should have, but was afraid I'd already taken one, spat it out, and then went to bed without, didn't sleep well, woke up at 4 o'clock, been up since then, but thumbs up, at least I slept some, and that's a good thing. And of course, for the YouTube algorithms and front loading, yay! If you do like what you hear and see as you watch the video, if you could toss me a like, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. Of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, if you're not already, that would be awesome as well. And I do want to thank every single one of my Patreon.com patrons. These people help keep me alive. They keep a roof over my head, food in my belly, and my pets alive as well. I cannot thank you enough. If you could become one of these beautiful and awesome people, that too would be beautiful and awesome. A definite thumbs up on that. But I just wanted to thank everybody. So thank you. Excuse me. So at least I slept, and I got video stuff done yesterday. I need to do some recording today. My original plan on my reaction channel had been to react to a Billie Eilish song, and then to have another bonus video for that day, which was the mashup of a Billie Eilish song and a Mariah Carey Christmas song put together that worked perfectly. But I've got my med manager appointment today. I can't do a lot of recording today. Yeah, I gotta talk to them about how my Ritalin's doing and how I'm reacting to Ritalin and all of that. So yeah, I don't have a lot of recording time today. Oy vey. I'm not sure how much recording I'll get done at all. So I need to get that one bonus reaction as today's reaction on my reaction channel. So thumbs up on that. I am a creature of routine and habit, and because of just my makeup and where I am in life and such, I am thrown apart by breaks in habit, like appointments. It's not a big thing. It's online, so all I have to do is sit right here and make sure I've got the client open and ready for my appointment this afternoon. And it's going to be like 15 minutes. She's going to ask me some questions. She's going to send the next prescriptions off to the Veterans Administration Pharmacy. It's going to be fine. It's a break in habit. It's a break in routine, and I get anxious and nervous because of that. It's not a terrible anxiousness, I just feel antsy. I don't like to sit. I know when the appointment is. I'm ready for it right now. I want to get it done so it's out of the way so I can get back into the regular groove of my life. And so that's largely what I feel, just antsy. Ready to pace, ready to just pick at the walls, just do, because I feel that antsy feeling. And it's not going to go away until after I have my appointment. So, yay. On the other hand, as well, some game stuff that I want to talk about before I go into other things. I had been playing for a time the game Ion Fury. I mean, I had played through it and tried and never gotten like even the third of the way through it until finally I said, you know what, I'm going to put it on the very simplest and go through it. And I did, and it was awesome. The devs are more homophobic and transphobic than I like, but when it comes to being game developers, good God, it's an awesome frickin' game. And I went through and I played it and I beat it on that level, and then I went through it and I played it and I beat it on the next level up immediately, and then immediately started playing again. But then reached a point where I just couldn't do it. Not at the level of skill that I was at. So I stopped playing for a while. They're coming out with some DLC for it. I gotta somehow buy that. So there's gonna be some food I'm not gonna be able to eat because I would like that. They also have updated the game to get ready for the DLC with a whole bunch of changes, and it looks like there's a whole other difficulty mode added. So I've been playing through on what should be a level that's taking me apart, and I'm actually tearing through them, so hey, a good thing. It's a really good game. If you like boomer shooters, if you like the old type of pixel art and sprites instead of three-dimensional polygons, it's great. It's beautiful stuff. They did so good on it. Again, as human beings, they may not be wonderful people in at least that one area, but when it comes to being level makers and understanding how to do this stuff, they've got it down. But on the whole being creative point, I've got some things written down and I wanted to talk about those as well, because here's something that I've been trying to talk about, but I keep talking about these other settings as well. Sometimes the urge to create can be absolutely just overwhelming, and I sometimes wish that I had the energy and lack of fibro fog and lack of all these things that make things tough. I mean, I could push through them. Maybe if I was further medicated, maybe, I don't know. It could be that medicated, I'm actually the kind of person that doesn't push. So paradoxically, being medicated so I can push makes it so I don't. But, try to remember this, I have had lots of things. In fact, there was one time I was watching something and something popped into my head. It was a great thing. And for whatever stupid reason, I thought to myself, you don't need to write things down. You can be creative just for being creative, and if you forget it, then that's fine. And it was frickin' incredible. Just from some random thing that spanged into my head while I was watching the internet. And I developed it for a little while and then just let it go. I wish I hadn't. But, just as an example of, we all have to take inspiration from everything. Nothing comes out of a vacuum. Everything that is our life right now is built on the ashes and shoulders of those who came before us. We wouldn't have modern art be art if we hadn't had artists for tens of thousands of years. We wouldn't have television and radio be at the state it's at now, in movies and all that. I'm saying, modern media, if we hadn't been standing on the backs of people who'd been performing theater for thousands of years. We stand on the backs of people. So in that situation, there is nothing really new to talk about or write about or make art about, but it's all your individual interpretations of things. And because of that, you have to take inspiration just from whatever hits you. And there are so many people that are like modern writers that they don't just take inspiration from. I have read interviews of writers who just would go out and write down verbatim what they were hearing people talk about so that they could put that sort of stuff into their writing. They weren't even just using their own heads, they're just taking the outside world and then putting it in to make things more believable in their books that way. So not everything has to be your own invention. You just need inspiration. I like cosmic horror. I like existential horror. And so I saw, and I don't know what I think it must have been a beekeeping thing, because it was a picture of a beekeeper in the YouTube thumbnail. And they had highlighted, it was a high contrast black and white picture, and they had highlighted this one beehive that would, and so they highlighted it in bright yellow on this high contrast black and white picture. And it said, "Destroying the Yellow Hive." And the name of the YouTube channel was something along the lines of The White House on the Hill. I didn't look at the video. I don't know what kind of channel it is. That picture just went pow in my head. And immediately I wrote off a tweet as one of the things that hit my head. I can give the quick inspiration for what was going on in my head, but the general thing is a quick tweet, you know, you've got a limit, was there's the character Jamie who's standing on the balcony of the crooked mansion up on White Hill. And outside of their domain, their control, is the hive in yellow. And it's been moving around their outsides and limits of their home of the crooked mansion on White Hill, obviously looking for some form of weakness. And Jamie knows he's got to do something about this. But the anxiety is a bit much, so the limpet at the base of his skull, of course, releases a whole bunch of chemicals to help calm him down. So, this is a cosmic horror story. Obviously, something quite frightening has happened to the world. It's very different from what we know. Past that, I'm not quite sure where to go with it, but I would really like to explore this setting, which of course is still just another universe in the multiverse that's been taken over by the energies of the cosmic horrors of Amaterasu and her 12 children. Everything fits within the cosmic horror framework, and that's awesome. There was another thing about that sort of thing that I wanted to talk about, but first, I also wanted to talk about this one as well. This is frightening and it's terrifying because it's not just people that are being willfully foolish. This affects everybody. The Covfefe bug is so bad in the United States, and it is tearing and burning through red states and GOP counties and such that, I mean, I thought it was bad when 1 in 1,000 US citizens had died from this thing. Then I thought it was bad when 1 in 500 had died. Line up everyone in your town. In the United States, 1 in 320 people. There are 10,000 people in my town. Every 320 person, bang, they're dead. In the state of Georgia, for the first time since they have been keeping records as a state, they had more deaths than they had births. That's never happened. They've never even come close to having that happen. And in, 2020, or even just this year so far, they have had more than, I think it was 12,000 more deaths than births. They have never come close to that ever before. And now they not only came to it, and close to it, but they shot past it by over 12,000. Oh my God. I do not know why the conservatives, the GOP, everyone who's just like this is so like this, because it is destroying them as a political party. When everyone is dying, what base do you have? And as stated, the problem too is this isn't just people who are willfully ignorant. If Washington State was a red state, I'd be trapped here. I can't move. There are a lot of people in that situation that are in states, red states, where they're not people that believe in anti-science and all this foolishness. They don't want to die and everyone around them is so dedicated to the concept of it, they're dying too because of this. It's horrific. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments, my community tab. It's far less than 25 comments. I went and jumped the gun. I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. There are far less than 25 people to thank. I don't get 25 individual people commenting on my videos in a 24-hour period anymore, but you know what? Any amount is better than zero. So anybody that has left me a comment, thank you so much. I wish I could engage more in comments, in the actual comments. My executive dysfunction, my ADHD, my depression, a whole bunch of issues, plus the fact that I still have culture I blame for my reluctance to keep admitting to and stating that I am on the autism spectrum. That's a part of it too. But thank you, each and every one of you, for having left a comment. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I can't American Sign Language, I get lost easily. I have not very good short-term memory, or middle-term memory, or long-term memory. But it is still getting better. It really is. So we have Akron Dabs 4 days 420. Thumbs up. Fargrand, greatly appreciated and good to see you. Ice Damon, good to see you as well. Trevor Sullivan, that would be a very cool thing. Thumbs up. And then there's Zero. Well, thank you very, very much and greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoy. XIUSBBY, I have no idea how to pronounce that name. And while the music is cool, I forgot to turn the game music on in Neon Abyss. I had to take a whole bunch of Kevin MacLeod music, royalty-free stuff, and use that. So I wish it had been game music. The game music was good. So I'm very sorry, but thank you very, very much. And we have Hansel Manser, thumbs up and thank you. Hold V, thumbs up. There's Pat Attack 297, greatly appreciated. Mr. Failure, thumbs up. I have no ideas actually where I am. I probably jumped a whole bunch to get to 10, but thank you, Mr. Failure. And then _Ryu, which I know it's not exactly pronounced that way, but I'm an American English speaker, but thank you very, very much, greatly appreciated. And then, in fact, that's the way you did it was just the way that I like people to do that. Turn me on in the background and then do what you gotta do. And then there's Remy, greatly appreciated and thank you. We have EUNA, thumbs up, greatly appreciated. Confused Owl 29, always good to see you in the comments, thumbs up. Ben B, thumbs up and thank you as well, good to see you. Maria Clara Silva, thumbs up and thank you very much. Well, that may have been 16 people. I have no ideas. Again, I got lost, but for each and every person that left me a comment, greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text, and that is appreciated. Hokey smokes. It is a very good thing. So, with my hands in the air, I have no idea what sort of device you're watching this on, so I have no ideas where the video description for the video is. But inside of that, oh, itchy nose. Well, itchy upper lip. But inside of the video description, I have links to all of my other channels. If you could check those out, that would be very cool. And of course, excuse me. And of course, I have links to things like my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. And again, if you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I am always desperate, and with my rent having gone up over $100, I'm hurting. I'm hurting bad, so if you could help, that would be awesome. If you'd like to help without becoming a Patreon.com patron, I do have a PayPal link, so I'm not above grubbing for any spare change you have. I'm desperate. If you have anything at all, any help is definitely appreciated. If you'd like to help me out without sending money, hopefully my executive dysfunction has let me do my Amazon wish list update. I have no ideas if it has or not yet. Hopefully it will. Now, of course, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot or simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And of course, if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence, a definite thumbs up. And if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. A definite thumbs up. Yay! I got my appointment today. I'm in disarray. Still going to do my best, and I hope that you do your best. Of course, seek creativity. You do not have to monetize your passions, but still, seek creativity in all things. It is good. And be positive as positive as you can. Not just be positive as you can. That doesn't make sense. Be as positive as you can, because as I found out myself through personal experience through life, being negative only hurts you. And of course, seek balance. Moderation in all things. There must be pain in life. There is rain in our days. Human experience has to be all things. Avoiding some things because they just hurt will emotionally cripple you. So, with the covfefe bug still raging around the world and in the United States, please, if you don't have to be around others, do not. But if you do, please wear a mask, maintain your social distancing, wash your hands often, try not to touch your face. I still do it all the time, even when I'm out. I try. But you do what you do. Get vaxxed if you haven't been. Get a booster if it's available and you have. We gotta get through this somehow. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is, quite frankly, a very good thing.